When you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle for someone else. I don't want to just go to places and say, I love you, this is hope, but then not give them anything if they need something. And so we really want to bring that to our mission and really bring that in reality next year, actually.
God had a plan for my life to give hope to other people through my story.
It looks impossible for a man without arms and legs to get back up. Don't give up.
You can do it.
I know there's something more than what we're living for. I see it.
If I can help others while here on earth to not commit suicide, to believe that there's a greater plan than the way that I am without arms and legs, if I can only inspire one person, then it's all worth it. Here's something I want to share with you, Malaysia. When you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle for someone else.
Nick Vujicic 生长在一个充满爱的家庭里，他人生旅途中的成功奋斗，还有他面对生活的勇气跟热情，源自于他的信念、他的家人、他的朋友，还有一直在他人生路上鼓励他的人。
Also, what my parents, helped me to understand is when you go to a level of success or a level of learning and education, there are more opportunities out there that you can actually make a difference. And one of the things that my parents always taught me as well, which is very, very important, was not just to think about myself, but to think about everyone else who doesn't have what we have.
Yeah.
To help out. And so my first international travel actually at 19 was to give $20,000 of my own money to orphanages in Africa. And buying diapers, nappies, and medical things, and washers and dryers. And, so it's something that you need to motivate, not just for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you just live for yourself, it's not enough. You need to live for something bigger than you.
Yeah.
And so that's really
And
cool.
that's why you travel around the world, and that's why you have like different talks, and that's why you're here this time in Malaysia. You have a bigger mission in Malaysia.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just so thankful, and I'm really thankful. Xie to all the Chinese people in Malaysia. I love you. 我爱你.
Well, that's good.
I love you very,
我们
very
也
much.
爱你
Thank
means we
you.
love you too.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much. I actually learned a little Mandarin in a primary school.
Really?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Is that right?
10, yeah.
10,
10 means 10. All
Sure,
right.
10, yeah. 10, what's 9?
9, 9.
9, oh, 9, that's
You
it.
tend to mumble that.
Yeah, I was like,
9,
But
yes.
I love going around the world. This is my 48th country that I've been to. And it's just been fantastic.
And you're setting up a non-profit organization here in Malaysia too with...
We have a Hong Kong non-profit organization which helps us with the whole chapter of Asia. We were planning on trying to do some non-profit work in everywhere we go, but the strategy that we have for here for now is through the chapter in the United States of America, we're actually starting to bring on social media an army of people who really want to make a difference in the world. And I want Malaysia to come on board with this. I don't want to just go to places and say, I love you, this is hope, but then not give them anything if they need something. And so we really want to bring that to our mission and really bring that in reality next year, actually. And my vision is to get as many people together as possible, giving $1 a month. And if we can get that happening for $1 a month, maybe we can get 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get 1 million people. Maybe we can get 10 million people giving $1 a month, helping people all around the world who trust me in how I want to distribute those funds and the missions that I've seen face to face. And people can also recommend charities that we can give that money to. But that's my dream. I want to lead the next generation into understanding two things. First of all, that I want to be their older brother.
Yeah.
So many people who have a family, they have no siblings, they have no older brother, they have so much pressure, their mom, their dad, their uncle, their aunt, and then their grandma and grandpa and their great-grandfather, and so everyone's pressuring you. It's all on you, and you feel alone, and you don't even feel like you can talk to anybody or even talk about relationships with or anything. And so I want to be that older brother voice in helping the next generation to be all that they can be, and then second of all, for all of us together, like never before, make a difference in the world.
You want to be the 大哥. In Chinese, older brother means 大哥.
大哥. Nice,
Yes,
nice.
大哥.
I want to be a 大哥.
You don't know what you can achieve until you try it. Love brings faith, faith brings courage to try again when you fail. Change your obstacles into opportunities. Dream big and never give up. And the next one is today. The word simply is today. Make your choices today. If today was your last day, would your loved ones know that you love them? When was the last time you told them that you're proud? Do that tonight, because tomorrow is not promised. Maybe because you love your children so much, you try and motivate your children, but it comes off negative. Tell your children that you don't mean to discourage them, and you try to help them, but start loving them like they need to be loved, not just when they do good. Talk with them, spend time with them. They don't want to really talk to you because every time you talk to them, it's all about homework and school. I want you to know something. Today is everything. If you have hope today,
如果你今天有希望，
you don't need to be hoping in your hope.
If I know that she's coming and she's going to be the best person I'll ever meet in my life, I'll wait 20 years, right?
Yeah.
If you knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But that's not faith. And that's the journey that I had to walk by faith.
今年，他跟太太迎来了他们生命中的第一个宝宝，而这个宝宝像是上天赐予他们的小天使，让他们更相信爱的力量。
I love my wife. I die for my wife. I want my wife to feel like a queen. I want to serve. I want to live my life that she feels like a queen because she deserves it. That's how relationships should be within marriage.
Is she the first girl you fall for? No, right?
No, she was not the only girl that caught my attention in my life. I did have a previous relationship. When I was 19, we met, and then 4 years later, we had an 18-month relationship, and it didn't work out. And then for about a year and a half, single, there were just, I had my eyes open, let's just say that. But when I, saw my wife at a speaking engagement, she literally took my breath away. And so it was love at first sight. And at the time, she had a boyfriend as well.
Yeah, I was going to say
which
that.
is a really good
she had
story.
a boyfriend at that time. Then how? Then
That's a story in itself. But we'll come back to that in a second. But with my child, my son Kiyoshi, when my wife was pregnant with him, I was waiting to just feel him kick, and I put my little foot on her womb, and I felt him kick for the first time, and I was just so overwhelmed and moved emotionally that tears came to my eyes, and I looked at my wife in the eye and I said, I love him. And it was such a deeper depth of love that I never thought I had in me to love anyone like that. And
well, how did you feel when you first saw your baby?
When he was born, the doctor held him face down, like laying down on her left forearm. She held his chin up because obviously he couldn't hold his head. She held his chin up, but she wasn't looking at him. She was, pulling out more of the umbilical cord. I was right there next to my wife.
Yeah.
So this is while his lungs are still filled with fluid, right? So he hasn't breathed, he hasn't cried, nothing. And he came out, his electric blue eyes, they say that babies normally can't see more than 12 inches away and first sight. Well, I was about, I would say 30 inches away from him, 30. So more than double.
He can't see.
So
probably.
Normally he couldn't see. But when he came out, he looked me right in the eye, in electric blue eyes when he was born. And there was not a sound in the room. And I was like, wow. And they're like, he's looking at you.
That is the father-son bonding.
Amazing. And we got it on camera. We're going to show that on my movie.
Wow.
And so that was an incredible time. I'm like, wow, amazing.
Nick 从来没有想过自己可以有一天遇上生命中那个可以共度余生的他。虽然他没有健全的四肢，但他认为他拥有一个健全的心灵。他也一直认为，虽然日后不能牵着妻子的手，但却可以拥抱她的心。
How did you propose to her that time? I mean, asking the question, would you marry me? Was that the most difficult question you've ever asked? Or no, you think she's going to say yes?
You know, it's really interesting. I actually went through a breakdown in December 2010. I burnt out.
Okay.
From 2007 to the end of 2010, I spoke 1,000 times. I flew 600 times. And,
That's tiring, yeah.
Very tiring. And so with my nonprofit mission, there's always money that we need to go and do what we want to do, and we've given $500,000 away to charities so far. But I didn't want to ask people for money. I wanted to make money and then give money away, and so I started many businesses. I thought that was the only way that I could get off that treadmill of continuing to run and speak. And it flopped. The whole story is in the book there, but I actually found myself on the floor, losing all my self-confidence in even thinking that I can make good decisions anymore, because there were 4 improbable things that happened that were out of my control. Lost all my money. I lost about $250,000, and felt like, man, that's it. I can't do it. And I said, okay, I'll go and speak, but all the other big dreams that I had in starting all these other businesses, I wanted to do a music video, I wanted to do a t-shirt company, I wanted to do this and this and this, and do a movie one day, and an animation one day, and a magazine one day, and all these things had to then get thrown out the window. For that time, I was like, I just need to survive. And so I was crying, and it was 12 weeks into my relationship with my wife at the time, 12 weeks into our courting or dating, if you will. And I was crying like a baby. She cried with me, and I said, baby, I'm broke. I lost all my money. She looked at me and she said, it's all right. I'll get a nursing job and support the both of us.
That's sweet. That's very sweet.
That's when I knew that she was going to be my wife.
Yeah.
So we knew each other for 6 months before we started dating. We dated for 12 months, and then, so asking her to be my wife was not a difficult thing. I already knew she loved me. I already saw how deep her love for me was. And when the way I proposed was, we got cream puffs, which is like a little custard
cream
cake.
puffs.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So we made
You put a ring
so we put
in
the ring
there,
inside.
yeah?
And I got her to feed me the correct one. And I finished the cream puff in my mouth. And then I said, baby, can I kiss your hand? And I looked at her left hand and sort of went towards her left hand. So she gave me her left hand. And I go, and then I get to her ring finger, and I put my mouth all the way down her finger. She's thinking I'm getting kinky. And so I put it all the way down, and I pull back, and she sees the ring, and she just starts bursting in tears. And I said, baby, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? So for 2 minutes...
Every girl will cry at that moment. Come on. You're good at that, aren't you?
Thank you. So she was crying, and for 2 minutes, and I said, so what's your answer? And she said, yes. And so that's how I proposed.
Well, being in a relationship with her, do you both have misunderstandings? Communication is something really important in your life, but is it easy when it happens between the 2 of you?
No, we're thankful that we've seen some other couples where even little things where you just don't agree on a lot. Like even when we bought our home, in April last year, we like the same things. We like the same food. Just the little things, we don't really have many disagreements. Like we actually, we haven't even fought yet. I mean, we're still in a honeymoon period. No, I mean, we've had a disagreement once, and we just didn't talk for just a little bit, probably like an hour, and then we're like, all right, we need to talk about this.
Okay.
But we never yell. She hates yelling. She and I, we just agreed that we'd never raise our voice, and so
which is good.
Which is really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's healthy. And then so we just talk it out. And so, if there's something there, you really feel it, even when you don't see it, when you even don't share it, and we know that there's something going on. We need to sit down and talk through this. And the longer you leave it, the more unhealthy it is, and the more emotional you get. And so we just put it out there on the table. So, no marriage is perfect, far from perfect. But we're at least thankful that we don't really it's really the little things that get annoying. How you do things, how you do that. And I'm thankful because I know a lot of couples are going to get jealous right now. But, you know, a lot of wives, you know, they're like, oh, my husband, he puts the plates in the wrong direction, or he doesn't put in this, or he doesn't do this right, doesn't fold the towel right. You know, his clothes are everywhere. And I don't do that, right? I don't do the dishes. You know, wherever she puts it, it's going to be there, right? And my caregivers are great as well. And so, you know, like, I don't, you know, all those little things, you know, she sees that as a blessing, and I see it as a blessing that I can't. I don't even change.
I mean,
you know.
You have your way of like dealing with each other.
Yeah, that's right. So it's cool.
Well, but do people look at you two in different ways when they see you two going out together, or?
You know, it's amazing. It really, really is. And one day we were swimming in a public, you know, swimming pool there in California, and people come up to us, but there was this one older woman, 60, 61 years old, who came up and she started crying. Like, what?
Why?
She says, you guys are so beautiful together. You're swimming like two swans. And she was holding me and all that sort of thing. You know? She said, now I believe in true love again. Oh. And it's just amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to be worried, you know, am I going to get married? I can't even hold my wife's hand. How am I going to dance with my bride on our wedding night? All these sorts of things. But I've realized, you know, the things that I was worried about even became more beautiful. And I think a lot of people are going to find our relationship to be a spark of inspiration in seeking for the right one or going through something difficult in
Don't
relationship.
tell yourself that, oh, I can't find the right person. I can't do what I want. No, just look at you, right?
Thank you. Yeah, it's true. So people got to put themselves out there. You know, you got to keep on waiting. You're patient. You know, if it's really funny, right? Here's one thing. I used to think, God, if you can just show me who this woman looks like, what she looks like, who she is, and how she's going to love me. If I know that she's coming and she's going to be the best person I'll ever meet in my life, I'll wait 20 years, right?
Yeah.
If you knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But that's not faith. And that's the journey that I had to walk by faith. And we all have to do that. So pray and trust in God that He's not going to shortchange you. And if you see someone, if it doesn't work out in your relationship and you're not married, God's got someone better around the corner for you. And no one really knows the full story of my wife's background and her story. But I have to say she is the most inspiring person I've ever met in my life and the most loving person. If you think that I love the world, she loves the world 10 times more than I.
Yes.
I can't wait for you guys to meet her one day. I'll bring her back to Malaysia.
Please,
We'd
we would really love to meet her.
Absolutely. I'm such a water boy. You know, growing up in Australia, we love the beach and fishing and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I don't get a car, I really am looking forward to one day having a boat that I can drive.
Wow.
I just love being in the ocean, you know, and just being away from everyone.
You see my foot?
你看我的脚，
I have ups and downs, ups and downs,
你
ups
看
and
我有
downs.
这个起起伏伏、上上下下。
上上下下.
Yes，
I have ups and downs. I still cry. I still have fear. But I come back to the basics. I'm not a mistake. I have value. I have purpose. And if you can't see that yet, here's the question. How many feet do I have? How many feet do you see?
你看到多少只脚？
One. What if I told you that I had two? Can you see two? No.
你看不到。
But just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Now you're really curious to
那
know.
么现在你是有点好奇，想知道了吧？
You want to see it?
你要看吗？
Little cute little toe there, right there.
那么还有另外一只非常小的脚，在跟你说你好吗？
My toe was always there. Your purpose is there. Your full potential is there. But you'll never reach your full potential until you seek it. So take one day at a time. Try. Love people. Try to forgive people. And when you fail, try again.
You can swim, you can cook, you can dive, surf, play golf. I mean, what are the obstacles that you want to conquer, in life?
Physically and just, like having fun. I mean, I've done skydiving, surfing, scuba diving.
You have done a lot, really.
Have you done skydiving yet?
No.
You should.
I've done paragliding, but not skydiving. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good to say that, but I'm scared.
No. It is scary.
Yes.
In fact, it's even interesting now that as I look back, at the time I wasn't that scared. Yes, you know, my knees were shaking a little bit. But now that my wife and I have a boy,
Yes.
We don't think we're skydiving ever again. If something changes to you when you have a child, there's just, you know, it feels like obviously there is another soul out there who really depends on you. I used to dream about having a car to drive myself, and I heard that Mercedes actually in Germany, they reckon they can fit a car for me and even put a joystick in the car, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So I'm thinking maybe one day I'll go to Stuttgart and go
So
check
next
out.
time we'll see Nick, driving in the Mercedes.
Maybe driving in a Mercedes, we'll see. Just because they have the technology that I've heard. So, but anyway, apart from that, I love the water as well. I'm such a water boy. You know, growing up in Australia, we love the beach and fishing and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, if I don't get a car, I really am looking forward to one day having a boat that I can drive.
Wow.
I just love being in the ocean, you know, and just being away from everyone. I like being alone, you know, with my family and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So.
Nick 用他的人生来告诉身边的每一个人，完成梦想最关键的就是坚持不懈，把它看作是一个学习的机会，而不是被失败和恐惧打倒。所以他也一直通过自己的自传和书籍来散发正能量。
Well, the name of the book, Give Me a Hug, it's for children? For
Yes, so starting with the next generation, right? This is a book for primary kids. You know, the parents all around the world are looking for different examples to share with their children to not complain, to do their best, to not worry about what people think of them. So they want to use my life as an example of how you can achieve your best, and so happiness as well. So we have this really cool illustration of me in a cartoon character.
A very cute one here.
Very cute, with a teddy bear, with butterflies and dolphins and all this stuff. And we talk about the values and principles of life. In fact, that book has captured in my entire story, from birth to now having a son. And it's the latest book right now. It's called Give Me a Hug. And it's a book that parents can read, or even 9-year-olds can read out loud to their whole family.
And you have lesson learned from Nick. We are all different from one another. Some of us have big eyes, some have small ones, some people are taller, some are shorter. Let's learn to care about other people's feelings, like this lovely little girl did.
Yeah.
Because the way she hugged you actually touches you.
You did, yes. One day I was at a family gathering and this 2.5-year-old girl came up to me and she wanted to hug me and she didn't know how. So she put her hands behind her back and she walked up to me and she hugged me with her neck.
That was so sweet.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Nick. And can I give you a hug?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Right.
Give me a hug. Love you so much.
Thank you. So, 我爱你. Thank you. 有些人穷其一生，希望干一番大事业来影响其他人，但有一些人他不需要做太多，他只需要很真诚的活出他自己，就能够让所有身边的人为之动容。我觉得 Nick 就是一个这样的人。他虽然先天有很多他自己也没有办法预想到的一些缺陷，但他从来不会以这个东西为耻。那他现在极力在做的就是到处去见更多的人，希望用他自己的故事来激发、来激励全世界所有认为自己不值得，或者所有认为自己不够好的人。他用他的生命来告诉大家，没有人是不能的，只要你相信，你是可以的。也要特别感谢以下几个单位啦，包括 Visible Groups of Companies、57 Foundations， 还有 Corona Groups of Companies。谢谢他们特别安排这个访问，让更多人可以在电视上透过 Astro AEC 看到这一段访问。谢谢你收看今天的零距离。